to get you arrested for going against our prenup.
You're going to what?
I wonder what it would take for the police to arrest such a horrible husband like you.
Why do I have to be arrested? What's with you?
People get arrested all the time for not following the laws of the road, right? I wish they would do the same for people who don't follow their contractual obligations. Especially things like a prenup.
Oh, I forgot that we actually ended up signing a prenup.
You forgot? How could you forget? There were 80 different articles that you were supposed to read over.
80? There were that many? How in the world am I supposed to remember that?
Whatever. As stipulated in the 26th clause of said contract, I am going to be taking your car and your cat as penalty.
26th clause? I seriously have no idea what you're talking about, Michelle. You're just talking nonsense at this point. Why would I have to give you my car?
It's all punishment for breaking the contract that you signed. In place of the money that you would need to pay me, I am taking your Audi. Also, your cat is now my property. Those are the penalties.
The money that I would need to pay you? What are you talking about?
The money for the divorce.
Are you really saying this? Divorce? Just 6 months ago, we were saying our marriage vows.
6 months is a long time, apparently.
What's with you? You were crying with joy saying how happy you were. What's with the drastic change in character?
You're the one who broke the rules of the prenup.
Michelle, can you give me more information? Like, specifically, what did I do wrong?
What are you talking about? The first clause of the prenup was plain and clear. Clause 1. In the case of infidelity, immediate divorce.
Infidelity? You're saying that I cheated? I did no such thing.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I saw you. I know you were cheating.
What did you see?
You were walking around with a woman. You were most definitely cheating.
When was this? I didn't do any such thing.
Last Saturday, around 9 at night.
Oh, wow, you scared me for a minute. That was just my mom, not some strange woman.
You're lying.
I mean, I remember telling you, right? I said that my mom was in town and that me and her would go out and have some dinner while she was here.
I know she looked a little like your mom, but that definitely wasn't her, right?
If you thought something like that, then why didn't you just come up and say something?
I tailed you, Adam. You even brought her to a hotel. Stop lying to me. I've been in shock ever since I saw you.
Michelle, you're the one that said that we don't have any room for guests at our place, right? That hotel was for my mom to stay in. Shoot, you're the one who even booked it for me.
I just can't believe it. You went and cheated on me with some older woman. Not only that, but you went and did it at some luxury hotel.
Michelle, give me a break. If you're going to doubt me that much, then call my mom and ask her about it. You're really getting all worked up for nothing.
I'm not going to talk to your mother. We're getting divorced. Therefore, she is no longer my family. She's not my family anymore, so I don't care what she has to say.
So you're planning on getting divorced without me agreeing?
I don't need you to agree to anything. As stated in the 22nd clause of the prenup, I can get divorced whether I have your agreement or not.
You really need to show me this prenup that you're talking about. Everything that you're talking about, I've never heard before. Come on, Michelle, let's just talk about this, face to face.
No, I don't want to hear it. I can't even stand to look at your face. How do you expect me to talk to someone when I can't even stand seeing them?
Come on, I'll wear sunglasses and a mask if it makes you feel better. Just talk to me.
That won't do anything. I'll know it's you by the hair.
You're really going that far? Seriously, Michelle, I can't understand you. Why would you be going this far? At least tell me the reason that you won't even talk to me.
Well, I figured it out.
You figured it out? What did you figure out?
I figured out that I am a 1 in a million woman going out with a man who is barely average.
What?
Think about it. You know that this whole situation is completely strange.
I mean, I never really thought of myself as barely average, and I never really thought of you as someone who was so obsessed with beauty.
How you look, how much you make. Out of 100, you barely scraped 30. You even tricked me. You said that you were the CEO of a company, but not of a company that barely makes a profit. You're just a small business owner.
I'm sorry for my company being small.
Seriously, I was completely fooled by you. You kept saying all these great things about your company, but it was all just your delusions.
So you're saying that you think it was a mistake that we got married?
I'm saying that you tricked me. You made it seem like you were some rich CEO, but you're basically the same as a manager at McDonald's.
It's not like I was trying to trick you or anything.
Whatever. Hurry up and find someone new and get married again. On a more serious note, I truly am rooting for you to be happy.
Are you being serious? You really want to break up and get divorced?
Yes.
And you're not going to regret it if you do?
I won't regret it, no.
What are you going to do then? Where are you going to go?
I already packed my things and left the house.
Wait, then when you were talking about the car and the cat?
Of course I didn't forget them. I have the car and the cat with me.
You seriously took them with you?
Hey, if you saw a purebred cat like the one you used to have, walking out on the street, what would you do if you saw it?
What are you talking about?
Just answer the question. What would you do?
I would say it's a cute cat, then let it go on its way.
That's exactly why you're such a failure.
Are you saying there was a correct answer for such a strange question?
If you were a guy that was actually financially and successfully bound, you would try and take the cat home with you.
You're saying to just take any cat that you see on the street home. What if it's someone's cat that got out of the house?
We're not really talking about a cat here. We're talking about your lack of initiative, as well as your lack of financially forward thinking. Why don't you try and start acting like a real man? Eat some steak or something.
Now I'm really not following you.
Whatever. Goodbye.
Wait, Michelle! Don't just stop the conversation like that. Are you serious? Are you really going to end everything like this? Why are you using so much money? There was a bill for over $30,000 on the card statement.
Go ahead and pay that, please.
I looked at the statement, Michelle. Did you really just go to the mall and start buying everything? You spent all that money in one day.
I mean, yeah. The whole stress of getting a divorce, I just wanted to get a few things that I've been wanting for a long time. You know, little things like some clothes, a bag, and a watch. Are you really going to do all this for something as little as that?
Michelle, pay for it yourself. Those are things that you bought on your own whim.
No, you have to pay. The divorce still isn't finalized, so you still have an obligation to pay for those purchases.
What kind of reasoning is that? You're the one who wanted a divorce. Why should I have to pay for something that you bought for yourself?
You're the one who broke the prenup and violated the agreements of the contract. Just think of that money as part of the money that you owe me.
All right, you have to be much more clear here. What did I do specifically that was against the contract?
Clause 2. You didn't properly love me. Clause 19. You failed in cleaning the dishes. Clause 67. You left your hair in the shower.
Clause 67? That's the first time I'm hearing of anything like that.
Also, Clause 38. Leaving hair on or around the toilet. And of course, Clause 39. Leaving hair around the living room.
How many clauses do you have for hair?
Whatever. The fact is, you have broken the rules of the contract and therefore have to face the consequences.
It's not like I was going to just leave the dishes forever. I only didn't do them when I worked late. But even then, I did the dishes when I woke up.
No matter what excuse you have for breaking the rules of the contract, you still broke the rules.
You're going to be that nitpicky about all those rules? No one can follow and abide by all of that.
Don't forget the first clause. Cheating.
Like I've been telling you, that was just my mom.
If I feel like you are cheating, that's just as bad as cheating. Whether or not it was your mom, as you claim, it doesn't matter. The point is that due to me feeling like you had been cheating on me, I am given the full right to end the relationship in divorce. Also, as demanded by the rules of breaking the contract, our shared account will be forfeited to me.
All this stuff about a prenup and contract. All of it is just something that you made off on your own, right? I don't remember agreeing to anything like this.
Well, I have your signature.
That signature. You just signed on your own, didn't you? I would have remembered signing something like that.
Doesn't matter how I got your signature. The point is that this contract is legally binding.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure. This is a contract that you can't get yourself out of.
Seriously, what is with all of this? According to the contract, are you just going to leave me with nothing? Is that it?
Well, not leaving you with anything does sound pretty cruel. How about I get you a large pack of those tender sticks that your cat loves so much?
Tender sticks? No, I don't need anything like that.
You don't want them? They're delicious.
You tasted them?
Of course not. The cat is always so happy when I give him one, so they're definitely delicious.
I mean, it's hard enough doing this alone, but when suddenly I don't even have my cat anymore, it's hard to really take. You never even really liked him that much. Just please return my cat.
No.
Wait, you're not just feeding him those meat sticks as dinner, right?
Yeah, I am. What's the problem?
Those are a snack for the cat, not an actual dinner. You have to give him proper food.
Oh, come on. As long as he's getting something in his stomach, does it really matter what it is? He's doing fine.
Please return my cat. If he stays with you, he's going to get sick.
I don't want to.
Where are you?
I'm at my new house, duh. A luxury apartment in the city.
A luxury apartment? Already? So you're with a guy, right?
Well, if you want to be all forward with it, yeah. I'm with a guy.
Whoa, really? So that's how it was. You knew that I wasn't cheating. You just wanted to cover up for yourself.
Oh, don't be such a stickler for the details. I really don't want to hate you more than I already do. I know we've been together for a long time, so I want to remember those 3 times that we were happy together fondly.
3 times? Are you serious? That's almost nothing.
How about we go have some dinner or something together sometime? It would probably be good for us to get everything out in the air.
No, I'm not going to have dinner with you. I just want you to return my cat and my car.
No. Those things are mine now, and I'm not going to return them.
You don't even drive. What are you going to do with an Audi?
I'm going to take the cat on a drive to the ocean.
He hates moving around, be it in cars or whatever. You'll just make him stressed out.
Whatever. It's time to feed the cat, so I'm going to go. Later.
Give me back my stuff.
Hey, so I was thinking it's about time to just sell the car. However, it seems that if I'm not the person whose name is on the title, they won't buy it from me.
Yeah, that's obvious. Why would someone buy a car when they can't even get the title? But why do you think that you can just sell it on your own? It's not yours.
Well, I got bored with it.
Then give it back.
No, absolutely not. If I sell it, then I can buy more things that I actually like. I mean, I was in the car the other day and I saw your hair all over the back seat. Seeing it made me feel sick, so I just want to hurry up and get rid of it.
You're going to sell a car because you found some hair in the back seat?
How do you not understand how I feel? Whatever. I'll just get my boyfriend to buy it from me.
You're going to get him to just buy a car from you. He must be loaded, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. He makes at least 10 times more than you do.
So that was your main goal all along, huh? You just wanted to get with a guy that had more money.
Oh, you going to get a little mad, are you? You going to try and sue me for something then?
I should really consider doing that with all the things that you're stealing from me.
Do whatever you want. Losing any money to you would be nothing to the money that I'm going to be swimming in from now on.
Then I'll try and sue you for everything that I can.
Go ahead. But know that I'll just be taking back as much as you try to take away.
What are you talking about?
How many times do I have to tell you? You broke the agreement of the prenup and the contract. I'll just have you pay twice the amount that you try to take.
Yeah, I'm not going to be paying that.
So you're not going to be abiding by the contract that you signed? Going against contracts would look really bad for a CEO, don't you think? Especially because you're such a small-time CEO.
How many times are you going to try and bring up my company's size?
Also, I'll be contacting my lawyer. You'll hear from him soon.
The contract that you have hasn't actually been notarized, huh?
What do you mean, notarized?
The contract that you have is just something that you wrote all on your own and then forged my signature on, right?
What are you trying to get at? This contract is legally binding.
I'm so glad that you're not smart enough to know what you're doing.
What?
No matter how much you try and wave it in front of me, that contract that you have doesn't have any legal power. Though I guess if you did actually get it notarized in the first place, then it would.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you still don't know, notarizing a document is what gives it legal standing.
But I have your signature? What else would I need?
Just having a forced signature on a random piece of paper doesn't make it legally binding. Even if you did have a notarized document, forging someone's signature already makes the contract void.
Wait, so you're saying that you're not going to be paying anything?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad that you got the point. But I will be able to sue you for the damages that you've been causing.
What? Why?
You've been taking my money and things without permission. That's equivalent to thievery.
This isn't some joke. Stop trying to act like you know what you're talking about.
Oh, and that luxury apartment that you were talking about? You'll probably be having to vacate the premises soon.
Why would I have to do that? What does this apartment have to do with you?
Well, I guess you could say that I do have quite a bit to do with your living conditions.
You're not making any sense. You're just all airs. You're trying to threaten me? What has gotten into you? Has losing your beautiful wife gotten you to go a little crazy?
My company recently acquired a failing business.
Why are you suddenly talking about something like that? What do I care if you bought some company?
Are you saying that you didn't hear about it from your boyfriend?
Hear about what?
That your new boyfriend's company is about to go bankrupt.
What are you talking about? His company isn't going bankrupt.
I heard it was because, though the main company itself is good, the company leaders have no idea what they are doing. So they ended up doing too many risky moves, causing a chain reaction that ruined the company's finances.
I haven't heard anything about that. He would have told me if something like that happened. Also, his company is like 10 times bigger than yours. Why would his company fail before yours?
Well, that's what is happening. I'm buying your boyfriend's failing business.
Stop joking around. You couldn't have possibly done that.
Well, just before going bankrupt, the company's stocks plummeted so much that I was able to buy the company for pennies on the dollar.
Seriously, you're just messing around, aren't you? You're not making any sense at all.
It's a pretty amazing coincidence, huh? I never really thought something like this would happen. It was quite the experience, really. When he came in for the whole process of selling the company, he mentioned that he was about to get married. I asked if I could see a picture, and was completely surprised to see your photo.
You're kidding.
Not every day that a coincidence like that happens. The best part, he seems to know that you have a husband. When I asked him about why he would be having an affair with a married woman, his only response was that he was stealing her away from a horrible husband. He seemed to be really into the whole idea of selling the company to me, though I doubt he knows what's going to happen next.
You're lying. But what are you talking about? What is going to happen next?
Well, for your new boyfriend's company, I'm only going to be employing the main workers of the company. I won't be taking any of the upper staff.
So you're saying that you're not going to be hiring them? Why? Why wouldn't you let him in your company?
Well, if you go that far, I guess I can hire him as a worker. Have him work stocking shelves in a warehouse somewhere.
Why would you do something as cruel as that? Did you trick him or something?
I didn't trick anyone. I properly explained to him the situation throughout the contracting process.
But he's selling the company, right? Which means that he's going to be getting money.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. But he's not first in line to the money. That would be the bondholders.
The what?
The people that lent him money to build and maintain the company.
Why? What? Just hire him into your company.
$2,000 a month sound good?
This isn't some joke. He's not some part-time worker.
Michelle, please. I wouldn't dare pay my part-time workers $2,000 a month. They couldn't survive off of that amount.
Stop messing around. Properly hire him as a director.
Who are you to tell me what I do with my company?
I can't believe he would be something like a regular worker. By the way, you still haven't submitted the divorce papers, have you?
Well, not yet, no. Though I do have the papers that you signed and left for me to turn in.
Put those on hold for now.
No.
But there's a chance that we could put this all behind us and get back together, right?
Not a chance.
More than that. How is it that your company, which barely makes 1/10 of the profits that my boyfriend's company did, is able to buy it?
I've been wondering for a while, but how much do you think my company actually makes?
What are you talking about? You said that your company only makes like $100,000 a year.
I have no idea where you got that number, but my company is currently making about $2 million a year.
Why didn't you tell me something like that sooner?
When we first started dating, you were the one that always said that you didn't care about the money, that you were just happy to be with me. But since you didn't want to hear about the money, I decided not to let you know unless you asked. But I guess you not caring about the money was all one big act, huh?
Clause 11 of the contract states that you cannot hide things from me.
I already told you that contract that you have is meaningless.
You're lying. So you're saying that if I just stayed with you, I could have lived the high life?
Honestly, I'm really glad that you made me aware what type of horrible woman you were. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You have me completely fooled. But who would have guessed that you'd shed your sheep's clothing after only 6 months of marriage?
I'll make sure you can't submit those divorce papers. I'll go to the court and say that the papers were forged, that it was all signed without my permission.
Whoa, don't be doing that now. If you do, then things will just get messier. You'd have to deal with police for fraud and everything.
Don't underestimate me. I'm going to make sure that you can't easily get out of this.
Speaking of divorce proceedings, I just turned in the paperwork. It was a long 6 months, but I'm glad that we were able to get through this.
You did what?
Yeah, you started messaging me when I was at the court. I was waiting a bit in line, but I was finally able to get them submitted.
How dare you do something like that without telling me first?
Without telling you first? What are you talking about? You're the one who signed the papers and then left them on the table. This is exactly what you wanted.
If you have that much money, then I hope you're prepared for all the money that you're going to have to hand over to me.
I really am happy with how little you actually know. It's honestly a lifesaver. I have no obligation to give you any of the company's profits, as it's not part of my bank account. Also, the car is a company car, not technically mine. So you can't have that either.
What are you talking about?
It is a car that is used for the company. Company car is pretty self-explanatory.
Wait, so what about the money I get from the divorce?
Well, our place is a rental, so you don't get that. Pretty much all of my income and savings have been spent by you, so there isn't anything there either. So I guess that only leaves you with the random appliances we have throughout the place.
Stop with the jokes.
Pretty sure you don't have space for another washer and dryer, but if you really want them, you can take them. While you're picking up the appliances, can you return my cat?
I don't need some cat. It's just a waste of money. All those cat sticks are expensive.
I really need to get him to the vet as soon as I can, huh? Honestly, it's only been a few weeks, but I feel really bad for what he's been through.
More than the cat? Can't you be a little more worried about me? Why won't you help me out? You know, as your wife?
I really have no idea what you mean by helping you out.
We are married.
We were married. Past tense. You're the one who made it that way.
What about my boyfriend's job? What about his company?
Well, he made that company, right? It's not like it was completely horrible. It just hit a wall. He'll bounce back on his feet in no time. Whether you'll try and stay by his side and stick it out or try and move on to the next guy you can get your hands on, well, that's up to you.
Of course I'm going to try and get a different guy. Why would I try and stick through something like this?
Yeah, I kind of thought you'd try and do something like that. You really are someone who just does whatever they can to get themselves ahead, huh? Though I doubt you'll be able to keep doing that for long.
Just you watch. I'll find a great guy and start living the high life.
You really should try and hide that gold digger personality of yours better. If you don't, you'll never get what you want.
Shut up! If you want your cat back, pay me $10,000.
You're holding a cat for ransom? Seriously?
I didn't choose this. You did. If you want the cat back, pay me $10,000.
Fine. Make sure to give all the snacks and food that you have as well.
Why would I want any cat food with me? It's yours. You're really going to pay me $10,000?
Yeah, whatever. Just hurry up and give me my cat back.
Thanks a bunch. You really are a good guy sometimes.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really glad that she wasn't the brightest bulb in the bunch. Though honestly, I really have no idea what she's thinking sometimes. Thinking about the $10,000 that I was going to give her for the cat, she completely forgot about how I was going to sue her for all the money she stole. So before I went to exchange the money for the cat, I went to my lawyer to get a settlement drawn up. When I went to exchange the money for the cat, I stuck the settlement into the envelope filled with money and handed it over. The settlement was for $5,000. I couldn't stop laughing at her reaction when she found out. The buyout of the company was successful. But more importantly, my personal life is already getting back to normal. I'm hanging out with friends and even have a prospective date closing in around the corner.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.